Hi, I'm Ellen. I'm your chef nurse, and welcome to Mood Food. Today on Mood Food, I would like to talk to you about simple ways that you can help your loved one in recovery from a substance use disorder. Now, the holidays can be a tricky time, especially for people in early recovery, and sometimes gatherings include alcohol. This may be a trigger for some people, so I'd like to show you how to make some simple non-alcoholic beverages that will be delicious and include everyone. So let's learn how to make some delicious non-alcoholic beverages together. The first thing you want to do is gather some ingredients. As you can see here, I've got a whole array of things that would be great combinations. Here's lemon and thyme. Here's blackberry and sage. Over here we have citrus and rosemary. But really, the sky is the limit as far as your imagination. I have some ginger, fresh ginger. I have more citrus fruits, some blueberries, different herbs. You can even add some spices. I've got some cinnamon, some fennel seeds, coriander seeds, and star anise. Ooh, and some dried lavender. Lavender and blueberry might go really well together. But just remember, if you use dried lavender, use just a very little pinch of it, because otherwise it'll end up tasting like soap. So be careful with that. So to start out, we're gonna make what's called a simple syrup. And it's just like it sounds. It's very simple to make. So you're gonna take equal parts sugar and water. This is 1 cup of sugar. I'm gonna dump it into my pot. And then add 1 cup of water. I'm gonna put it on high heat and let it come to a boil. So you're gonna wanna let that come to a boil and then reduce it slightly until it's a little bit thick and the sugar has dissolved, and then I'll show you what to do with that in just a minute. In the meantime, let's get our ingredients ready for these beautiful syrups. Here is an example of a lemon thyme spritzer. You wanna get some nice big peel of the lemon right into a little bowl. Oops. Try to avoid getting the white part because that's bitter. So I'm gonna get several strips of lemon rind in this container. And then a couple of sprigs of thyme. Right into the bowl. I think it looks pretty too. You can just throw the stems in there whole. This one is going to be blackberries and sage. So I'm just going to take a few sage leaves again, as much or as little as you want according to your taste. I always like the way they smell. Sage. To me, it's really important for you to take the time to enjoy your ingredients as you're cooking with them, whether it's by crushing the leaves and smelling them or enjoying the beautiful color. All right, let's get some blackberries in here. Several big fat blackberries right into your bowl. That's gonna provide flavor and color. And over here, we're gonna use this rosemary. Just kind of crush it in your hand right into the bowl. Strip those leaves off. And I think with this one, instead of just using the peel, I'm gonna use some segments of the fruit as well. So I'll grab a knife and a little cutting board. And just make several small slices of your citrus fruit for your citrus rosemary syrup. Nice thin slices. Right into the bowl.
Go.
All right, so my sugar syrup has come to a boil and it has thickened slightly. You'll notice the color is a little bit darker than it would be. I use natural sugar, so it's a little darker than it normally would be if you use just regular granulated sugar. So I'm just gonna divide this syrup into these 3 containers with the fruits and herbs. So there's our lemon and thyme, there's our blackberry and sage, and our citrus rosemary syrup. And what we're gonna do is kind of use our spoon to crush up the herbs and the fruit to make a syrup. And once these berries sit in this syrup, it'll change that color of that syrup to a beautiful purple color. And then over here with our citrus, we're just gonna mash it, smash it, get all that good juice, and release the herbs from the oil. So I make several batches of these syrups, and then you wanna cool them to room temperature, cover them, and stick them in the refrigerator, and then you can have them anytime someone comes over and they're not choosing to drink alcohol. You can have a delicious beverage anytime. So, other things you can do is have these wonderful flavored seltzer waters on hand. These come in all kinds of flavors now, and it's always a good idea to keep these around, especially during the holidays season, for your loved ones who do not consume alcohol. They come in all flavors. This one's lemon, and here's a blackberry one. And of course they have plain as well. So I'm gonna let these cool down to room temperature and then cover them and put them in the refrigerator. And let me show you how to make one. I've got a couple that I've already made. Let's see what we have in here besides a mess. All right, let's see. We got 2 that I've already made, and they've cooled down and kind of infused with those flavors that I put in there. Ooh, this one's blackberry, this one is blueberry and thyme syrup. This one, ooh, this one's orange peel and ginger. Delicious for the holiday season. All right. So one of the things that would be great to do in order to support your loved one who is on the road to recovery is have a normal conversation about their journey through recovery. In other words, no need to make it an awkward scene. Just have an open conversation. Normalize the talk around recovery and be grateful for the moment that you're in. Instead of digging up the past or looking too far in the future, let's just focus on the beauty of today. All right, let me make one of these drinks for you. All right, over here, as you can see, I've got several choices for glassware. Now, we talked about things being triggers. Some things could be triggers, such as the shape of a glass that you put a beverage in. There's other things that could be triggers as well, including the sound of something. So if you mix up a mocktail in one of these shakers, and that noise could probably bring up some triggers for some people. So perhaps avoid using one of these. Perhaps just use regular glasses. If you are going to be serving alcohol at your gathering, then that's a choice that again, would be a great conversation to talk to your loved one about. Does this bother you? Just ask them straight out. No awkwardness. What can I do to support you in your recovery? And you'll be surprised that that opens up a door for a great conversation about it. Instead of trying to hide it or trying to make a big deal out of it. In other words, just say, what can I do to support you in your recovery efforts? So I've got a couple of glasses here, just regular water glasses. If you do choose to serve alcohol at your party, it may be a good idea to have some identifiers on your glasses so you don't accidentally get your drink mixed up with somebody else's drink. I am not crafty at all. It took me about 30 seconds to use a folded up Post-it note and a piece of ribbon on a chopstick. But I know that this drink is mine, ChefNurse, and it does not contain alcohol. All right, let me make one of these for you. I'm gonna start out with some ice. I fill it about halfway up with ice. And then I've got these gorgeous syrups over here. Let's see, which one do I want? Choices. I think I'd like the blueberry one. Blueberry and thyme. So I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of this syrup to my glass. Okay, 3. And some of this blackberry bubbly water. Look at that gorgeous color. Give it a stir. And that is something to enjoy. This is the ChefNurse, hoping you have a holiday full of love, laughter, a heart full of gratitude. Best wishes to you and yours in this holiday season. Cheers. Be well, everybody.